Good morning. Is it audible?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. So, just I will recall what we got in the last class. Last class, we have seen about IPv4 addressing. IPv4, it is an 32 bits, that is a 4-byte addressing. So, it is an the classful addressing. It contains class A, class B, class C, class D, class C. So class A, class B, class C will be used for general purpose applications. Class D will be used for reserved, that is special purpose applications. Then class E will be used for a reservations in the future. So similarly, if it is a class A, it will vary from 0 to 127. 127. That the first field, the IP address. Similarly for class B, then for class C and class. Then we have seen about what is block and the block size. Because in the class A, only the first field will be used for to represent the network. The remaining will be used to represent the host. The class B, the first two field, that is totally it is nothing but the 16 bits will be used to represent the network. Remaining 16 used to represent the host. In the class C, first three field, 24 bit will be used to represent the network, the remaining 8 will be used to represent the host. Really, in any network, suppose if it is having 8 bits, so 2 power 8 minus 2 only usable address, because the first address will be used for to represent the network, that is the network ID. Then last address, it is in broadcast ID, is the broadcast ID. So remaining address only will be used to represent, they will use to connect the number of hosts. The drawback in general IPv4, that is a restriction in the number of hosts. If you take that the worldwide globally, automatically, trillion people, they're using the system's laptop with IP address. But if you are using IPv4, automatically the shortage of address will be the major issue. So to overcome that, so we are going for submitting or NAT or MPLS or ATM. So as per our syllabus, we are having the subnetting. So this class, we will see about what is subnetting. How can be able to subnet with the existing network. Subnetting it is nothing but breaking of the existing network into the smaller network, So we will see about subnetting, how is it possible. So how can we able to assign IP address using subnetting, all these things. With an example, we will see in this class. So kindly listen, the subnetting and the problem using subnetting, it is very, very important because uh, in a physical world, that IP address all will be assigned purely based on subnetting, not with the normal IP addressing. It is purely based on the subnetting of that existing IP address. Subnetting, already we have seen that dividing a major network into the smaller networks is called subnetting. So dividing, let us consider our EIT. It is a very big one. So it may be contain more than 10,000 systems. So we are dividing that into the 10,000 into blockwise. For example, TT annex, it is one, then SJT one. So like that, CDMR one. So we are dividing that into the smaller. So this is contains the small the subdomain. This is the subdomain. This is the subdomain. So we are dividing that because for VAT it contains only the single IP. So for VAT, if you are getting any that internet service provider, they will provide with a single IP address. We are dividing that into the subdomain using subnetting. So if you see here now, if you are going for subnetting, size of the broadcast domain will get reduced. Because suppose, for example, without subnetting, if you are going for providing IP address for entire 10,000 systems, suppose if you want to send any common message, you should go for the broadcast. But if you are dividing that into small, for example, if TTNX, only the 1,000 system is there, so automatically that broadcast domain will be reduced from 10,000 to thousands. Then one more, the major thing, what is the need for way to go for subnetting to reduce the address shortage in IP. Then the number of systems processing the broadcast packets will get reduced because automatically that the size of the broadcast domain will be reduced. So the number of systems processing the broadcast packets also reduced. So it will improve the performance of the network because instead of broadcasting to the entire network unnecessary wastage of time to processing for entire network for a common message, if you are dividing that into small group, automatically the time will get saved. So it will improve the performance of the network. So subnetting means it is dividing a major network into a smaller. So subnetting it's then classless addressing because as per our classful addressing, out of 4 the bytes, if it is class A, this is network ID, remaining 4 bytes. If it is class B, these 2 network ID, the last 2 it is 4 bytes. If it is class C, out of 4 field, first 3 it is a network ID, last is in 4 bytes. So this is nothing but the classful addressing. But subnetting, we are purely working based on the number of bits which is used to allocate for a network and allocate for the host. We are not going for any specific class, that is 8-bit for the network, then 24-bit for host if it is the A class. 16-bit for network, 16-bit for host if it is the class B. 24-bit for network, 8-bit for host if it is class. That is a classful addressing. But here we are not going for like that. We are purely working based on the number of bits with the different masking. So the classless addressing, it will use to overcome the depletion of address spaces. Then the restriction, the addresses in the block must be contiguous. So it must be the continuous. That is the only restriction. The addresses in the block. Suppose if you are going for subnetting, that subnet it is a one block. So always addresses would be it is contiguous. It is a continuous. Then the number of addresses in the block must be the power of 2. This is also very important. This is the restriction. So the number of addresses in a block must be power 2. For example, I need only maybe I need only the 10 systems on to connect, but I should utilize the 4 bits. It is 16. So here the 6 subnet ID, it is the wastage. This is due to the power of 2. This is one of the restrictions. The first one is always address will be continuous. The number of addresses in a block must be power of 2. So the first address must be evenly divisible by the number of addresses. Always, the first addresses of that any network must be evenly divisible by the number of addresses in the respective the block. This is the restriction. Then how we are going for subnetting? We are creating the mask. Suppose, for example, I need only the 10 systems out of 32 bit. This is 32 bits. If it is 10 means, because always from left to right, we are allocating the number of bits for the host. From this side, we are allocating number of the bits for network ID. If it is only that, if it is the 10 out of 32, only for me it is 4 bit is the sufficient. So out of 32, I am allocating the 28 bit for the network. Last 28 means this is nothing but number of the maskable bits which is used to represent the network ID. So this way, I'm creating mask that is consist of n consecutive ones followed by zeros. In this case, 28 out of 32 bits, 28 consecutive ones remaining 4 zeros. 4 zeros. That is the mask. So this n can be any number between 0 to 32. It can be any between 0 to 32. So the tips, suppose if you are giving some IP address, but in a particular subnet, I should find out which is the first address, which is the last address. So using that, maximum how many number of systems I can be able to provide. All these things we can be able to calculate if we know the IP address of the single systems. So IPv4 addressing, it is a block of addresses that can be defined as 4 field x, y, z dot d slash n, where x, y, z, t, it is defines any one of address, slash this n defines the number of the maskable bits. So the first address in the block, in a subnet, can be found by setting a rightmost of 32 minus n bits to zeros. Suppose I'm giving one IP address, so I want to find the first IP address plus last IP address in a particular block, in a particular subdomain subnet. So how can be able to find the first the IP address? It is very simple. So that setting rightmost 32 minus n bit to 0. So the last address setting rightmost 32 minus n bit to 1. We will see with an examples. 32 minus 1 bit to 1. The number of address in the block can be found by using the formula 2 power 32 minus 1. So 2 power 32 minus 1. So first IP address. So setting the rightmost 32 minus 1 bit to 0. The last IP address setting rightmost 32 minus 1 bit to 1. The number of address in a particular subnet or block, it is 2 power 32 minus n. We will see with an example. For example, let us consider the block of 16 addresses granted to small organizations. And if you see here, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, up to 47. 205.16.37.32. So now this is the respective host address. Now in this block, in this example, so the 205.16 37.32 to 205 16 minus 37.47, it is assigned, the 16 addresses assigned to a particular small organization, this thing. So we know that as per these things, which one is first IP address? 32. This is the first IP address. This is the first IP address. So this is the last IP address. Last host ID or last IP address. So it is varying from 32 to 47. So here, we are giving all that block address from 32 to 47. But mostly in the problem, we won't give entire first address to last address. We will give any one IP address in this particular block. From those IP address, you should find the first host address or first IP address, then last host address or last IP address. Using these procedures. So we will see whether it is possible to find the first host address and last host address using these examples. For example, so the same, if you see here in this 39, it is also one of the address. So one of IP address 205.16.37.39/28. So this 28, it is nothing but number of that maskable bits. That means out of 32, so this first field 8, 8, 8. In the last field out of 8, so the first 4 will be used for network, remaining 4 will be used for host. This is host, this is network, remaining all are network. In the first 3 field, all are network. In the fourth field, because this 8-bit, 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 so in the last field, I'm replacing the 4-bit, so total 28. So 28 I'm using as the host, that is the IP, that is the network ID. The last four I am using as the respective the host ID, host ID. So from this, how can be able to find the first IP address? It is very, very simple. Just represent this as a binary. So the binary for 205 11001101. Similarly for 16, it is 000140. Then for 37, for 39, for 28. So how will we find the first IP address? The first address in a block can be found by setting the rightmost 32 minus n bits to zeros. So in these things, 32 minus n is 28. So 32 minus 28, it is 4. So in the given IP address, so just set rightmost IP addresses zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now convert this into dotted decimals. Rightmost is 0. So 205, 16, 37. So the decimal equivalent for this, it is the 32. So we are converting. So these into, just a minute, 1 0 is missing. Yeah, 1 0 is missing. So the respective equivalent for this, it is a 32. So the first IP address 205, 16, 37, 32, it is matches with our assumption. It is matches with our assumption. So to find the first IP address, just set the rightmost 32 minus n bit as 0 in a given IP address, you will get a first IP address. First IP address. Similarly, the last IP address can be found by setting the rightmost 32 minus n bit to 1. Same with the same thing. So this is again 32 minus n. So 32 minus 28, 4. So this is the rightmost the 4 bits. So replace this with 111 in a given IP address. Now again convert this into the dotted decimals. So 205, 16, 37. So the equivalent binary for that is decimal for this binary is 47. So now we see here. So the 205, 16, 37, 47. So 205, 16, 37, 47. So I can be able to obtain the last address, IP address. Suppose if I know one IP address in a particular block, I am able to identify the first IP address in the block as well as the last IP address in the block. Because if you know these things only, you can be able to assign IP address for a systems which is connected in a particular block or particular subnet. So the third one, the number of address. 2 power 32 minus n, number of address. So 2 power 32 minus n is 28. So 2 power 4, it is 16. So in this block, we can be able to provide 16 IP address. You see here, 32 to 47, it is 16. So using this procedure, we can be able to find out first IP address, last IP address, number of address in a particular block if you know any one IP address in a particular subnet. This is one way of finding the first host address, last host address, number of address in a particular block. So one more method. Suppose here if you are if that number of n is less, then you have to again change all the values of 0 and 1. Then you have to find out the respective the decimal. So it may be sometimes it may be a little bit tough. So one more one more method, the same problem, another method. So here it is a 28. It is a mask. So use the masking procedure to find the first IP address and last IP address. What is the masking procedure? So first create the mask 28. So 28 1. So this is 8 1, 8 1, 8 1s in the last field. So 4 1. So use this mask to find the first address, last address, the number of address. So the procedure to find the first address, the first address can be found by doing AND operations between the given addresses with the mask. So this is given address. Just do the AND operations with this address. So the respective binary for this address 205, 16, 37, 39. So this is the masking bit with the 28 we have seen in the previous slide. This is the masking bit. Just very simple. Just do the AND operations. You know the procedure. If both the bits are 1, then automatically output is result is 1, otherwise 0 for AND operation. In a digital logic is an IPM study. Just do the AND operations between the given IP address with the mask. You will get first address. So convert these into the respective the decimal. You will get a first address. So this is nothing but 205, 16, 37. This is 32. You will get a first IP address. Similarly, the last IP address using the same masking procedure by doing OR operation. The complement of number, that is complement the mask bit, then go for OR operation. Just complement the mask bit, then go for OR operation. This is the IP address that the respective the decimal, that is a binary equivalent. So this is the complement of the mask, because mask is first 28 1, then remaining 4. So go for complement. That means first 28 bit is 0, last 4 bit is 1. Just do the OR operations. Or between address with the mask, you will get this. So this is nothing but last IP address. So 205, 37, 36. This is nothing but 47. So you are getting, convert this into dotted decimal, you will get the last IP address. Then similarly, number of the address. This is very simple. Number of address can be found by complementing the mask, interpreting it as decimal number. So just complement the mask, interpret this as decimal. This is 15, so plus 1, 15. So either you can be able to find first address, last address, number of bits using the first procedure, that is 32 minus 1, rightmost bit as 0, then convert decimal for first address, rightmost as 1, then convert decimal for last address, then 2 per 32 minus here, that is number of address. Or you can go for using the mask, because mask is the best procedure, because all the operations will be done purely based on the number of the maskable bits. So the mask, it is very the simple. So create the mask. Just do the AND operation between given IP address with the mask, you will get the first IP address. Take the complement of mask, do the OR operations, you will get the last IP address. Then take the complement of mask, convert that into decimal, then add 1, you will get number of address. So this procedure is very important to find the first address of particular subnet or block, last address of the particular subnet or block. You will see with a few examples. So this already we have seen. The first address, it is not normally not assigned to any device. It is a network address, network ID. The last address, it is the broadcasting address. You see this without the subnet, the network is called as with a 2-level of hierarchy. One is outside the world, next is within the network. Here we are not going for any subnetwork. If you are going for subnet, then that is nothing but 3 levels of hierarchy. Rest of the world, that is 1. And then inside 1. In the inside, we are going for subnet. So subnet, then network, then global connect. So this is nothing but 3 levels of hierarchy. So we will see address with without subnetting. So if you see here, suppose if you are going for without subnetting, so this is the first two, it is a network ID. Last two, it is a host ID. Suppose if you are going for with the subnet, so the first two network, the third one it is subnet ID, fourth one it is a host ID. So the combination of network ID plus subnet ID, it is called as subnet access. Combination of network ID plus subnet ID it is nothing but the subnet network access. The last is the host ID. Then if you see the mask without subnet, it is an only the first two bit. It is first two field. It is network. So the 111 it is 255, 111 255. Remaining are zeros in the mask. Always the mask will use to represent the number of bits which is used to assign the network ID. Here the only without subnet only the first two field it is network. So the mask is 250 255. So this is network address. If you are doing AND operation, this is network address. Then if you are going for the subnetting, third field it is the subnet. So 255, 255, 255. So if you are doing AND operations, this is the subnet address. So without the subnetting, only we are assigning mask for only that the network ID. Then with subnetting means we are creating mask for a network plus subnet to find the subnetwork address. So the examples we will see. So find the first host address, last host address, and as well as the broadcast ID. You can be able to do this. You can be able to find the first host address, last host address, then the broadcast ID. So you can start to do the exercise. How will you find the first host address? So create the mask. If you see here, so we are not mentioning any the mask. So automatically the first will be the respective the mask. So you can go for find the first host ID, create mask, then do the AND operations. So 10.0.0.1 because the first host ID it is nothing but 0 plus 1 because that is the first host ID. So the last host ID it is the maximum minus 1 because the last is nothing but the broadcast ID. So 10.255.255.254 it is the last host ID. The broadcast it is 10.255.255.255. How will you find this? It is very, very simple. So convert these into binary, then create the mask. So the first field 8 ones, remaining all are 0. Then do the AND operations. You will get 10.0.0.0 plus 1. So this is first host ID. Then the last host ID, how will you find that? So create complement mask, that is first 8 zeros, then remaining 1. Just do the OR operations. You will get 10.255, 255. So this is the broadcast. So minus 1, that is the last host ID. Similarly for next problem. So convert this into the binary. What is the binary for this? Anyone can tell? What is the binary for this? 192, the binary equivalent.
Sir, 11 followed by 6 zeros.
Double 1
followed by 6 zeros.
60. Very good. Then for 168,
101
101
01
01
000.
00. Okay. Then for 1, 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. The last is 8 zeros. Then create the mask. So this is 8, 8, 8. So create the mask. So 24 ones. First 3 field as then 1 remaining, last 8 is 0. Then do the AND operation. You will get 1, 1, 6 zeros, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 7 zeros, 1, 0, 0, 0. Convert this, you will get 192.168.1.0. This is network ID. First host ID plus 1. So 192.168.1.1. So this is nothing but the first host ID. Then last host ID, same procedure, just complement this mask. So all are 0, all are 0, so all are 0. The last 8 field, it is all are 1, 8 1. Then go for OR operation. Go for OR operations. So same, you will get 1 1 0 0 0, 1 0 0 0. So these things. Last you will get 8 1. Convert these into decimal. So 192, 168, 1.257. So this is the broadcast ID. This is the broadcast ID. -1, it is a last host ID. So 192.168.1.254. So this is first host ID. This is last host ID. This 0, it is a network ID. Kindly remember. So it contains totally 4 ID address: network ID, first host ID, broadcast ID, then last host ID. So do the AND operations with the mask, you will get a network ID, then +1 first host ID. Then do the OR operation with the complement of mask with the given IP address, you will get the broadcast ID -1, that is the last host ID. That is the last host ID. So this type of problem we may ask in the examination. So remaining problem we will see in the next. So kindly note down. So in this module, always that subnetting, assigning IP address plays the vital role. Kindly concentrate on the more number of the problems. Then only it is very easy for you to even assign IP address if you are willing to go for network engineer, or even in the exam point of view also you can be able to score good marks.